Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Chloe, and I am the brand ambassador for GlobalSign. Before the start of the session, I just wanted to let you know that if you have any questions at any point, feel free to put it down in the comment section below. Alternatively, you can also reach out to your account manager. So today, I will be touching on cybersecurity and the different ways that hackers can potentially cause a threat to you online. And for this session, I will be focusing on emails. Okay, so just the other day, I was talking to my uncle. He was sharing with me that he realized a large number of people in the corporate society struggle with online security. They may be in their 20s, young, and you think that they'll be pretty tech savvy, or they can also be in their 50s. But the bottom line is that they are not too well informed on what's safe and what's not. And most of the time, they don't know where to find the answers. So this has somewhat inspired me for this webinar. And today it's going to be insightful because I will be highlighting some of the ways to help you identify these dangers that are lurking on the internet, especially while using your email. So in this COVID-19 pandemic situation, we have all been working from home. And email has been one of the primary ways we use to communicate with our colleagues. And with the use of said method comes the risk of running into phishing emails. It may come as a form of an authority demanding for your personal details or as a colleague who is asking for sensitive company information. So has it ever crossed your mind if the person on the other end of the email correspondence is really a colleague? So therefore, we have titled this session, Have You Ever Wondered? And today I will be touching on the use of emails and show you some of the examples in the following slides of some of the phishing emails that you may have come across. Okay, so first up, what you can see here is an email that claims to be from Office 365, but if we were to look closely at the email address, we will see that they did not even spell notifications correctly. Okay, so therefore, when you come across such emails, be sure to check the legitimacy of the email by clicking on the sender's email address. And depending on your mail client, do double check the actual email address because it may look very much alike to that of well-established companies. Okay, and next up, what you can see here is an email addressed to Michael. And what it says is an email in the email is that, okay, Michael, you know that there's some banking instructions, here, I just want you to process the payment quickly. So there is like, usually they give you a sense of urgency. And then now that he's a bit busy and I'll call you back in an hour. So what I can assume from here is that the sender is probably from probably his boss, right? Someone pretending to be his boss, and now he needs something, a payment to be wired to him urgently. Okay, so if you were to let your guard down and you don't check properly, you may fall prey to all these emails. All right. So next up, what we can see here is an email that my colleague received just the other day. Okay, is requesting for him to update his password, and the sender claims to be from GlobalSign as well. So this may put you in a very sticky situation if anyone were to fall prey to this, because if you look at the email address, it's not even from GlobalSign. All right, so it's masked. It's kind of masked by the email that is from the sender. The actual email address is masked by the from, which is mail-delivery@globalsign.com. So if you don't check properly, you may reply to this or you may download malware. All right, so be careful. All right. So of course, what we want to achieve ultimately in every email is to have authorship, to make sure that the person is who he say he is, right? And then to prevent tampering which is to make that email address that has not been, tampered or altered in any way. And lastly, we definitely do not want for anybody else to read our messages. All right, so these are some of the issues that we face from a day-to-day basis, right? So we don't know who's on the other end, and then the email messages can potentially be altered, and of course we cannot ensure there is any message privacy. So what is the solution, right? Of course everybody would like the solution. So let's touch on something called personal sign. All right. So what is personal sign? Okay, it's actually a digital ID that binds an individual's verified identity, typically including the name, company name, and email address of the digital ID owner to a unique cryptographic credential. Personal sign certificates identify, prove, and contain different levels of information. A personal sign digital certificate has multiple use cases, including two-factor authentication, email security, and signing Microsoft Office documents. Okay, so let's have a watch on this video here, and it will explain to you what is S-MIME, all right? And then it will tell you what S-MIME stands for and how it can help in securing email communication. All right. So I hope that that video provide a little bit of insight to what S-MIME stands for and what it does. Okay, so essentially this is what personal sign can do. So personal sign uses the S-MIME technology, right? So I will explain in details in the following slides to come. All right. So in the gist of it is that it can digitally sign an email, okay, and also encrypt an email. All right, let's take a look at some of the use cases right now. GlobalSign's S-MIME certificates are called GlobalSign certificates. I'm sorry, personal sign certificates. Okay, so they can be used for signing email certificates and encrypting emails. All right, so it also uses the two-factor authentication. Okay, so the next slides will explain each of its uses. Okay, so personal sign certificates are cryptographic signing certificates that bind your verified physical identity to the certificate, so recipients of the email messages can verify that that email came from you. Okay, so when you sign, when the email is digitally signed, it proves authorship and it also prevents tampering. Okay, so these are some of the benefits that you can get from securing your emails. Okay, so it also proves the message origin. It prevents exposure of email content, and it's also flexible, and it is also a flexible and secure communication. All right. Digitally signed emails help counter spoofing and phishing attacks. It ties the sender's third-party verified identity to the email sender's identity. It's clearly represented. It's clearly presented to the recipient to help differentiate them from the spoof emails. Okay, it also supports non-repudiation. Okay, and it also prevents any changes to the email contents after it's been sent. All right. So once you see what you have here, if you are encrypted with the S-MIME, you will actually see a ribbon icon in the email message view. Okay, and encrypting your email, it will ensure what I mentioned earlier. It ensures message privacy. Okay, and it also ensures that your email will not be altered in transit. So what you can see here is a padlock icon that proves that the email is encrypted. Okay, so encrypting an email, like what I mentioned earlier, it ensures message privacy, and it keeps sensitive information from falling into the wrong hands. All right, email encryption isn't exactly plug and play. Depending on the context and organizational structure, users must first share encryption keys with each other before they can encrypt. All right, so what you can see here, it padlock view. So you may ask, so for personal sign, are there different variants of different types of personal sign products in GlobalSign? Yes, the answer is yes. So we have personal sign 1, personal sign 2, personal sign 2 Pro, and personal sign 2 Department. All right, so what are their differences, right? So for personal sign 1, okay, it actually verifies an individual's email address only. So only the email address. And usually it's for general use. For personal sign 2, it verifies the individual and the individual's email address. For personal sign 2 Pro, it verifies the email address, the individual, him or herself, and the organization that he or she works in. So the use case is usually an employee working in a company, right? And for personal sign 2 department, it verifies the department, like a certain department, like for example, the accounting department, the sales department, or the marketing department. So of course, for the use case itself, it's for department level use. All right. So why secure your email? Okay, so message body and attachments in your emails often include sensitive information. All right, it could be your corporate identity, your design, your strategy, or your pricing. All right, consumer, it can also be consumer private information, like like their date of birth, their IC number, or like it can be patient health information. So much of this information is regulated, and if breached, it could involve heavy fines, damaged reputation, loss of accreditation. All right, so to assure that the recipient of the identity of the sender is authentic, it will help to reduce phishing attacks and reduce the spread of malware. Okay, so why? Why S-MIME? As what we covered earlier, this is a summary of S-MIME. All right, it proves message origin, it prevents tampering of contents, it prevents exposure of email contents, so ensures email privacy. It's flexible and secure communication. It supports flexible and secure communication. It is supported by most email clients, and of course, it is easy to implement. Okay.
Billions of dollars every year are lost to.
So here's another video. Sorry, I misclicked. Here's another video on phishing attacks and why and how S-MIME can help. All right.
Phishing attacks. Billions of dollars gone by simply clicking seemingly normal emails. Phishing emails has been an enduring problem of businesses across industries. Yet every year, the recorded number of victims continue to grow. Email spoofing, one of the most classic tricks in the book, is a popular method for carrying out a phishing attack. Hackers use forged emails and send perfectly customized baits, masked in malicious URLs, or email attachments that automatically robs your sensitive data and leeches off of your company transactions in just one click. Steer clear from these attacks and create a secure email system for your business. GlobalSign's secure email solution uses the cutting-edge secure multi-purpose Internet Mail Extensions, or S-MIME technology, to digitally sign or encrypt emails. Secure email protects the content integrity of every email that you send and easily authenticates your digital identity as the sender. Prevent data loss with a sophisticated cryptographic process that ensures your email can only be accessed by your intended recipient and the original content remains unaltered. So next time you receive an email from an unknown sender, search for a ribbon for the sender's digital ID and a padlock icon to make sure the message is legit. Take your company's email privacy level up a notch and avoid that one simple yet destructive click.
So yeah, that's a video on how on phishing attacks and how SMI can help you with that. Okay, so next up, what we can see here is the signed and encrypted emails. How do they look like? Okay, so SMIME encrypted emails can only be decrypted by the intended recipient. It provides end-to-end encryption, and email remains encrypted in transit and at rest on servers. Okay, it prevents data loss and leaks. All right. So a digitally signed email, they will actually have a ribbon in the email message view as covered earlier. So if you were to click on the red ribbon itself, you can actually see the digital signature. So you can check the sender's email address against the sender's name. All right. And then for encrypted emails, you can see that there's a padlock and next to the ribbon itself. All right. So encrypted emails, you once again you can click on it, and then you can see the security properties, and you can check for the signer's email address just to make sure that they are all correct. All right. So here's an example of a certificate that you will see when encrypted with the personal sign certificate. You will have to check who is issued to and its validity. And as mentioned earlier on the different types of personal signs, you can tell from this issued by that it is a personal sign to certificate. And if you look at the right image, the organization's name, organization, the name and the email of the person has been validated. So therefore, you can tell that this is a personal sign to pro certificate. All right. So GlobalSign provides compatible digital certificates for all your FDA needs as well. Okay, whether you are using the standard FDA electronic submissions gateway, WebTrader hosted solutions, AS2 account, or you need to secure your email communications to the FDA, GlobalSign will have you covered. All right. So digital certificates for use with the FDA are to encrypt documents in transmission, and the FDA uses the digital certificate to verify the integrity of the document received from a specified source. The same digital certificate can be utilized to send secured encrypted email messages to the FDA and other external recipients. GlobalSign has been providing digital certificates for the FDA for over 5 years since the original inception of the FDA ESG, and is one of the worldwide leading certificate authorities. All right, so choose you can actually use personal certificates for your FDA needs. Okay, so SMIME or personal sign certificates, they are natively compatible with many popular enterprise email clients that you see here as well. And even on the Gmail client, you will be able to see that the sender's email address is verified. All right. So if you were to use Gmail, if your company uses Gmail, you will be able to see that the sender's the verified email address with the green tick. All right, you will be able to see that on the Gmail client as well. So therefore, you will know that this email is secure. All right. And another benefit of using the personal sign certificate is that you'll be able to digitally sign a Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint document. allowing you to add trust and integrity to various corporate documents and communications. So how do I do that, you may ask? Okay, I will show you in the next slide on how simple it is, how simple it is to make a digital signature. All right. So it proves document origin, it adds approval signatures, and it prevents tampering. So these are the benefits. All right. So how do I actually sign, or how do I make a digital signature? So very simply, go to File on your document, all right, and select Add a digital signature. Okay, there will be a pop-up or with your name and certificate details, and all you have to do is click Sign, as you can see on the right hand side of the image. All right, just click Sign, and there you have it. In summary, watch your digital footprints and secure your emails with the S-MIME technology. And now it's time for a giveaway. This is a special giveaway to all the attendees for today. All right. And all you have to do is to go down to the description box or the comment section below to claim your free 30-day personal sign certificate trial. All right. After having explained all the benefits that you can get from this personal sign certificate, I think it will be best for you to try it out yourself. All right, so do remember to go claim it. And with that, I end my session for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at chloe.poon@globalsign.com, or you can also leave it down in the comment section below. All right. Thank you so much for your attention. And till the next time, thank you and goodbye.